Hi everyone, my name is Janine Wilson and I'm a Senior Manager at Deloitte. I'm really excited to be here with you today for watching my presentation. My topic today is on climate risk, which is focusing on insights for short-term insurers to consider. So I really hope you enjoy it. So let's start off with recent market events. So it's clear and no one can deny that climate risk is real and upon us. Weather patterns are changing and extreme weather events are becoming more prevalent. So if we look at the recent KwaZulu Natal floods, which happened earlier this year, this was a significant event that happened in our country with many deaths and many people that went missing. The expected insured loss was between 25 and 30 billion rand. Going on to the next event, the Knysna fires that happened in June in 2017. This fire went across over 16,000 hectares, destroying fynbos and plant life. The insured loss on this one was estimated at 2 billion rand, whilst the actual devastation was expected to be between 4 and 5 billion. Then going on to the next event, and this is something that I've personally lived through, was the droughts in the Cape, as well as in the Eastern Cape. So this has less of an insured impact, focusing more on the crop side of things, but it plagued the country, and particularly the Western and Eastern Capes, with significant water restrictions that were put in place. Then we looking a bit abroad, so looking at the 2019-2020 bushfires in Australia, a significant fire that lasted 7 days, with the insured expected loss of $1.4 billion US. So really a devastating event. And then lastly, looking at the Pakistan floods, which happened this year. So a huge climate-based risk. Basically, there was heavier rains than normal based from the monsoon rains, and also melting of the glaciers. Both of them were really linked to climate change. And again, a significant insured loss coming from this of over $40 billion US. What's the role of a short-term insurer in the South African market? So I've split this up into 3 broad categories. So insurers aren't big carbon emission. The carbon emissions from insurers is not that big. But the spot that insurers sit, they really have the opportunity to incentivize change, to motivate their policyholders, both in terms of individuals as well as corporates. Another area where the insurer really can play a good part is looking at scenario building and analysis for corporates, but really insurers have that unique opportunity to incentivize citizens. So the first one that I look at is looking at internal. So this is looking at what insurers can do for themselves. So if you look at, that would be moving towards green buildings, it would look at recycling, which I'm hoping most people are doing. It's looking at decreasing the use of plastic, so when having an event, rather using water jugs rather than handing out plastic bottles of water for everyone. It also looks, and I think the last 2 points here have really been pushed along quite quickly from COVID, but it's decreasing employees' commute. So I think that's definitely happened with this hybrid working. There's less of going to work and back. And then also a strong focus on business travel, really making a concerted effort to decrease the business travel there. Then the next section I look at is really on the responsible investment. So this is putting your money where your mouth is, showing that you are involved and wanting to see the change in terms of climate risk. So investing in green assets, renewables, investing in companies that are really making that transition to decarbonisation. And then the last section is on impact underwriting. So this would be providing discounts or incentives for or removing excesses if they are low carbon emissions. So look, you can do that on the motor side, you can do that in terms of households and that sort of thing. Then it's also looking at when there's a geyser replacement, replacing them with a solar geyser to decrease the impact on the environment. And I know there I'm really like thinking in a world where all geysers cost the same, but this is just kind of some of the thinking that bringing through here. Then there'll obviously also be changes to the products. We're going to have to come and think of a different way to insure. If we think about how we're going to be insuring Durban going forward, we can't just increase the prices and make areas like Durban insurable. We're going to have to come up with certain ways and new, different way of thinking and different way of insuring. And then the last one is data analytics. And I think the insurers are doing really a good job of this at the moment. So this is, taking the data and analytics and saying, okay, there's a big event, a natural disaster going to happen, floods, hails, and forewarning the clients. And again, also on that is doing the scenario modeling for your clients so that they also understand what kind of risks they're exposed to. Well, that brings me to the end of my presentation. Again, thank you so much for listening and for getting to the end here. Please feel free to contact me. I know anyone has any questions or comments or insights. Please let me know, and I hope to see you in person. And